Okay, good morning. I have morning voice, so we're going to push through it. I wanted to show you around the kitchen. I'm inviting you into the kitchen. Tell you a little bit about myself in the process. So, I can't put the cursor on. I haven't figured out how to do that there we go. That room there is a door to a crawl space. Oh, Hank just jumped off the sofa. Oh, Kaya's missing too. So there she goes. I'm going to introduce you a little more formally to them too. This house was, when I bought it, this space was unfinished. It was shop space. It had, built in 1949, it had 2 bedrooms upstairs and 2 bedrooms downstairs, and a laundry room and bathroom finished. So this is my apartment, and upstairs is the next generation and progeny. So family of 4 upstairs. In front of me is below grade with window wells. And then behind me is that mudroom. So below grade. The property's on a steep slope. We're on a stable spot on top of a little hill overlooking the valley. So mudroom. Oh, there's Hank sitting back up, which was an interesting thing. The heat source in here is old school radiators, hot water. So there was a boiler in the corner that sounded like a broken Kirby vacuum. It was horrifying. So my upgrades, that was the very first thing. So I could live in this space, and then finished it out. So it took time as I finished it. But this is my industrial farmhouse look. The exposed rafters tell a story about the house, the technique when they built the house. These rafters were used to form the basement concrete walls and then washed and repurposed. So pretty fascinating. Farmhouse industrial look plays into my commercial construction. The early part of my girls were little while they were young. I worked in restaurants, so food service and the exposed commercial kitchen look too. As part of what I like. What feels comfortable to me. Last thing to mention is on top of the refrigerator. Actually, there's 2 things. Let's talk about the refrigerator too. But on top of the refrigerator is a Polynesian crown that as is usual, I jump in and to the deep waters. In about 2 hours, I knocked together that crown to provide my husband a prop, so to speak. Made him wear it for his 50th birthday. And if you saw the motivation video I made, you know that the 50th birthday was a birthday he didn't think he would see, and neither did his friends. So his 50th birthday and him being king for a day was special. On the refrigerator, it says, "What if Sandy Levinson was right about everything?" So that's my sense of humor a little bit, because the hats Trump was right about everything. Yeah, no, let's dig a little deeper. If we take almost the polar opposite of that, would be Sandy Levinson was right about everything. So it could just be Sandy was right about everything, but nobody would know who I was talking about. And that plays into my motivation for doing this channel. I'm debriefing using YouTube. I'm debriefing what has been this last year. Oh, I take that back. Since 2016, less urgently, but since 2016, I've been trying to understand politics because I went into that a little bit too. I want to discuss a few things. I wanted to change screens. So there we go. Not that. I want to discuss the website or the channel page a little bit. Man, YouTube is a lot more nuanced. I don't even know if that's the right word. There's a lot more layers than there used to be. So posts. The idea that you can use posts. They're taking bits and pieces from all of the social media platforms and combining them on YouTube. So let's talk about, so my husband had Kaya when I met him. She and a Dobie that we no longer have, he passed, kept my husband going. So he and I had a dog that this passed too, so they're not introduced right now. Her breathing is getting ragged at night when she gets into her deep sleep. So every morning I'm thinking she got another day. We got another day for her. Hank was an accidental adoption, but not really, because my husband was coaching a friend through rehabilitating this boy from being found as a stray. Good-natured stray, but still some anxiety, serious anxiety issues. So she spent almost a year. I'd have to look at it, maybe not that long, but he wasn't thriving with her, and it broke her heart that she couldn't get him to a better place. So my husband had promised her throughout this that he was her backup plan. You know, he'd make sure that Hank got what he needed if it wasn't going to work out with her. And so he came to us after we had adopted this boy. And so Hank wedged in, wasn't part of our planned family. We got Falcor because Kaya's it'll help her have an Indian summer. She's the little mama in her. And most importantly, Whiskey needed someone to run with. He needed exercising. That's Whiskey, that was COVID times. So 21, 22? Anyway, Whiskey has a genetic propensity for premature graying. So now he's sugar-lipped Whiskey. And there's Falcor. And Falcor's a mix. Poodle, Bull Terrier, Dad, Husky, Rottweiler, Mom, and the effect is a Husky Poodle mix, but bigger. He's 95 pounds now, so my initial concern was that he'd just be big enough to not worry about the owls or coyotes getting him, and we got triple that size. So going over to the description for my channel. I'm producing a lot of videos because I'm debriefing this last year of intensive work. I compiled it and used Blue Sky as an outlet for my energies and my own anxieties, right? There's the neurodivergence. Neurologically, I'm north of divergent. So special interest involved. So this as a debriefing, migrating over into YouTube. I'm trying to touch on the many facets that seem important right now that pertain to our civic culture. So if I read this, I'm encouraging you to look at the descriptions. My words sound better coming from my hands than they do my mouth. Maybe, I don't know. Quilly as a persona is a self-guided civic responsibility exploration. It is imperative that we find our place in the polity. I hope to grow an understanding of historical protest and dissent and how we really can make a difference today. Can we look at current events through that lens? And then going down to the bottom. Welcome to my kitchen. No spoon feeding of ideas. Please make yourself at home. Open the cupboards and snoop in the fridge. I hope my curating a virtual civic library here has value for someone else. The cupboards in the fridge are the playlists, the descriptions for the playlists, particularly the description for the channel, and then the posts. The post will be more of a direct outlet for me in my thoughts and applying current events or things I'm learning to my life and sharing it, hoping it has value for someone. So, once again, welcome to my kitchen.